Hiya guys, afternoon, or good morning I should say, 2 AM here, Mark from Celtic Crossbows. We're going to have a look at this morning at a beautiful takedown recurve bow from a company called Top Archery. This is the deluxe version of the Black Hunter crossbow, and I think it's worth every penny. I picked this up for only £68 on AliExpress. That's right, £68, less than $100. We're going to open up this baby now. We're going to have a look through it, compare against the Black Hunter, and as soon as the rain stops, we haven't got the rain in Wales, we've had 2 days of dry, I think, in the last 18 weeks. It's been unbelievable. I honestly think it's the Chinese and the Americans cloud dusting and spray mercury up in the clouds, because it's California complaining about the lack of rain, and I think it's because China's been chucking up mercury to stop the rain, so the Yanks have been chucking more mercury to make it rain, and it's all been dumping on Britain. I think they all cocked up the ecosystem. That's my thoughts on it, because it's we're all on the same line on the planet if you go and have a look, and it's a bit too much of a coincidence for me. Anyhow, let's get on to this. Let's get on to this unboxing. Okay, we're going to be using our dedicated Stewie Chippy Choppy 500 unboxing knife, because this is the best knife I got for this sort of thing. She's super sharp, she's lovely, and she just cuts through everything, literally like the proverbial knife of butter. Okay, so here's our box. First thing we notice then from our beautiful Royal Mail system in the UK is a hole punched through the box here. She's been compressed here and ripped open there. So you're going to open on this end now and see how abused everything is inside, because you can guarantee it. If it was British Postal Service, it's being fucked up somewhere. I sent a steamboat back to Austria once. It was a bit of a mismatch in the delivery, cross wires. UPS took 2 months to sort it out. Lots of threatening, nasty mails from me as well. Okay. Here's our quiver. We have some arrows. We'll box back a bit. We have some more arrows. These ain't going to be the best or top quality. So stringer. Here's our drop on the floor. Here's our limbs. This is a full kit by looks. Our wrist brace. Anything else in here? Okay, let's have a look at the rest now. You have a set of string silencers. Here's our string and our arrow rest. I don't quite know what this is. This could be an arrow bag. I know it's a takedown quiver by the looks. This should be our arrow tips. Notice our bolts. Our finger glove. So we're going to go through all these. And here we have our razor. Oh, it looks very nice. We're going to look at these one by one. Okay then guys, the first thing we're going to open up then is one of the packs of these arrows. Now, I ordered a £45 set of limbs, which means you need around about a 500 to 430 inch arrow. These are, coming here in front of the camera, show the flex we got. I think these are quite flexy. I don't think these are 500, these are probably a 600 spine arrow. Standard field tip. Standard plastic flights. Again, these arrows, you can plainly see they include in the kit, they're not for using with this bow. You need feather arrows, not plastic flights, for shooting off the razor. So I'll be ordering some feather arrows in before we can actually shoot this now off the razor, because you will not get good grouping with these plastic flights. It will allow you to try the bow and see how she feels, give you some idea how she's going to perform. But these plastic flights are absolutely no good off a wooden shelf. Okay, next up then we're looking at a bow stringer. Essential piece of kit. A lot of people with the recurve bows or takedown bows, you've seen how they're done. They hooked around their foot, they put them through, bend the bow, and they're putting all the pressure on one side of the limbs, which means one set of the limbs is getting undue stress. Please use a bow stringer. I'll show you in the video how these are used. They're a great bit of kit. I swear by them. All my crossbows, etc., I do the bow stringer. These aren't particularly high quality. None of them are, because they're designed for probably once use occasionally. They're made with this really cheap cardboard type leather. The end slips on over your bow. This here slips over the other end. You step through, put your foot down, put your string on. Got my string be after the battle. You put your string on, and that's it done. And it allows you then to adjust your brace height for how you want it. Much easier without damaging your bow. Shelf rest, sticky pad, fakey furry, jibby jobby any off thing. Right, so imitation beaver fur. Very rare are these real beaver felt these days. The do-gooders, the woke brigade, they kick off, they start banging their drum and everything. When you're putting these on, take note, the beaver fur, or even imitation beaver fur, goes one way. You want to go with the flight of the arrow. So if the pelt is lying down that way, that's the way you want your arrow to go. Don't put it against the grain, because as your arrow runs across it, it'll spike up the beaver fur and it'll affect your accuracy. So look at your grain, look at your pattern, and see which way the beaver pelt is running. String, let's have a look. Slightly waxy, it has been lubed. Very nice touch. Looks like a completely standard bowstring, nothing special. And we'll see after the first few hundred shots if she stretches, which she probably will, to see how she goes. Next up what comes is the quiver. She's a really, I think, a decent quality quiver. As you can see, she's plastic tubes. We're storing around about 4 or 5 arrows per chamber. This is good as well because it's a solid plastic tube inside. It stops any flex in the bag, gives an easier retrieval in the archery system. It's solid in the bottom, which means the arrows aren't going to poke through the bottom anytime soon. You can drop foam down in the chambers as well, which also increase the life of your bag. The bag is extremely multi-adjustable. You can use the pop rivets here to fit from the hip. You can sling it from your back, you can sling it from the waist, you can sling it from the shoulder. So you've got multi-adjustable possibilities with this popper style mounting system here. And you also have multi-point mounting systems as well for your sling. so you can go with a belt sling, you can go with a shoulder sling or a waist sling. So the actual quiver system supplied, I gave it a 10 out of 10 for everything. It's made from a kind of cordura. The pop rivets have been put through excellent, really good finish on those. These have been offset as well, it's 3, 2, 3 and 2, so you can mount it how you like. And with the tubes in as well, to better take care of arrows, they don't fold in a bag. I think it's a great accessory. To me, it's worth a tenner. So if you paid £65 for the bow, which I did, with everything else in, it brings the bow down already to probably £55, which is great value. Okay, next thing we're looking at in the kit, and bear in mind it's only a £65 kit is all I paid. We're going to look at our glove. It's an extra large glove. I think this is going to be too big, but if we're using Asian sizes, it might actually be just the right size. Now this is an imitation leather sprayed onto nylon on the back straight away. Let's switch the camera on so we can see. Switch the light on, there we are. So you can see now it's a sort of lycra finish on the back. There's a fairly decent bit of leather for the fingers on the front. So let's put her on and let's see how she feels. It's not a bad feel. It is just the right length for my fingers, fine enough, an extra large. Whereas normal UK size, I'm a medium. I've got particularly big hands, and that does feel okay for me for a finger over and 1 over and 2 under draw. That feels okay for me. A little bit much material, a bit too baggy in the back row. I like it. I like it a little bit tighter than that. A bit baggy in the palm. Yeah, I prefer a nice leather piece in the palm. Bit more, to give a bit more stiffness. But all in all, it's okay for a few pounds. It's okay. And it comes with a lot of accessories. So far then, let's go through everything. The arrows, I give a 0 out of 10. It's the wrong arrow for the bow, completely wrong arrow. But for practicing, short range, to get the feel of it, especially when it's a brand new bow, just to break it in, I say they're fine, they're adequate. But for competition, or if you're going to use it hunting, bow's completely inadequate. The glove is good, it gets you started. If you're new to shooting and you haven't got a finger tab on a thing, it gets you started. So for that, for it being included, I give it a 10 out of 10. Quality, I say is around about it's fair equipment, a 5 out of 10. It gets you going, because otherwise you can destroy the nerve endings in your fingers without using a tab or any glove at all. So for being included, 10 out of 10. Quality, 5 out of 10. I don't think it'll last long. You'll be needing to get yourself a tab straight away. Okay, almost last time we got our bowstring nocks, and these bowstring silencers. These go on the string to take some of the vibration and dampen it. I've never used these before. We'll see how we go with those. And last in the accessories. So the accessories altogether are probably worth £25. So it brings the bow actually down to about 40 quid, which is absolutely ridiculous. Is a wrist brace. Nothing fancy. It's practical, it's cheap, it allows you to shoot straight out of the box if you haven't got one, without hurting your forearm, and to get the use of shooting your bow. So again, nice to see included, and it gets you shooting straight out of the box, especially if you have been away from archery for a while. If you're new to archery, you will find out that without your finger tabs or glove, you will be hurting your fingers and you will be hurting your wrist a lot from string burn. Okay then guys, here's the meat of the video you'll be waiting for. We're now going to look at our limbs to see what we got. This is the Mark 1 style of limbs from Top Archery. The same limbs that are supplied with the Black Hunter recurve bow. Exactly same. Now, I'll be honest up front, I don't think I'm going to be able to pull these because I got shingles in my back and I've totally destroyed the nerves in my back. So I'll have a go, but more likely these are £45 limbs, because this is the crazy thing. If I bought a £30 bow or £35 bow, it was £140. But buying the £45 bow with all the accessories was £65. So I could sell these limbs on, recoup some of my money and buy another set of longbow limbs or standard limbs to where I want. But here we have here £45 at 119. I assume that's millimeters draw. It looks like your standard construction, exactly same as the Black Hunter. I will get the riser out now and see how she looks. But the quality and the finish of the limbs at the moment, looking at them as they do, bring in the camera. A little bit of work can be done there with a matchbox, clean them up a smidge, nothing to worry about. Good finish all the way through. It doesn't look like there's no parting or separation in the limbs. A little bit of machine work there on the bamboo, which is what you would expect. Looks like to me it could be a bamboo core with ash, then over laminated by fiberglass. Okay, let's get the razor out. Okay then guys, so you're going to see this is the same time as me as I open it. So if there's any damage from the factory etc, we'll find out why I had such a good price on this now. Wow, that is stunning. I'm not just saying that, that is really, really lovely. You're going to run a slow across the camera. Now I've ignored this on some, is a little bit a machine mark in there, you can see it, that's nothing. That'll weigh. We have felt already in place on the riser, that's nicely done. We'll see how well these lugs line up now when we actually put the limbs in place. It looks like you could use a little bit of cleaning up, a little bit of oil. But as you can see, there's no lifting or separation in the riser itself. So I'm looking at the grains itself here now. This isn't a solid wood, as you can see this is a laminated wood, same as the Black Hunter, with this beautiful insert for through here. I don't know what it is, but I can see the grain in it, which you might not be able to on camera. Now look at that, that's where actually was that mark in the back there. Looks like that might be where I dropped it when I took it out of the bag. So a little bit of water on my finger, could be a little bit of lacquer, a little bit of sandpaper, yeah, and she's cleaning right up. So that's my bag, I think, when I dropped her, when I took her out of the bag. But I'm not worried about that. For £65, that's fantastic. And a little bit of sanding on there, a little bit of oil, that will come up lovely. Now the beauty of this bow is this. On here, they profiled top and bottom. Triangular, rectangular. On the Mark II version, they both rectangular. I don't like it. Which means you could quite easily put them in the wrong way round. So as you can see now, how that lines up there, that's a really lovely finish. Nice brass insert. Going to drop a bolt in. You could, if you felt so inclined, use a little bit of thread lock in there, but as it's a takedown bow, I don't think you're going to be needing that too much. It's for taking apart when you go to the range, sticking in the back of your car, which is particularly needed in the UK for you guys in America watching, because at the moment we're having a revival in Britain. It's called Who Can We Nick the Fastest with the Police Force. If you're out with anything including a 2-inch blade pocket knife, if it's got a locking blade, a line locker, any kind of lock, a flick lock, you can get arrested for it. You've got it, a 2-inch blade, that's now illegal in the UK. And if it's over 3.5 inches, that's illegal as well. I just pick up that Allen key. Yeah, so if you're using, if I take this blade outside, anything from there, the hilt, to there, can be no more than 3 inches on a fixed blade. 3.5 inches from there, 3.5 inches from there to the tip, unless you have a reason to be carrying it. So if you're actually out camping at the time, that's fine. You got your camping gear with you, your camping equipment, that's fine. You can have it. If, however, using your local Walmart, Tesco's, SM Mall, if you're in Asia, Robinsons, you get arrested for it. Even if you have no previous criminal record. Okay, let's get it, let's have a look and see what she looks like. Okay, so you're just going to run her up now. See how elegant she is. And she is elegant. She is really, really pretty. There's a nice meaty handle, a European size handle. There's a small, opposed to a smaller Asian handle. We're trying to get some of the features now. She's got a really nice shelf with a good 38-degree kick off to the right, as you can see, for offhand shooting. You can see in the front of the ridge there, go a little bit of a mark in the front of the shelf there, but as the shelf will be above that and that's curving down over, that won't be a problem. Okay, so we're going to compare now to the, put on the table alongside now the Black Hunter, as you can get a side-by-side comparison. Okay guys, so we're coming along here now, we're looking at both versions of the Black Hunter. Obviously the Delux being on the left and the standard Black Hunter on the right. The finish on both of them is excellent quality. Now some people say that the original was from Mandarin Duck. It doesn't really matter. In the day of modern CNC lathes, you can take any component, replicate it with a computer, chuck it out, and it'll be exactly the same as the original component. BMW learned this in China a few years ago, along with Land Rover. Cloning unfortunately happens in China, and the quality of the clones are fantastic, sometimes better than the original. Prime example of this is the Rover K series engine, reproduced by Seik, and where Rover couldn't solve the head gasket problem, Seik solved it within a few years and brought out the N series turbocharged, which was a far superior engine, which Rover could never produce. Anyhow, that said, by the by, let's have a look at these risers now. Now the handle on them is identical, is exactly the same. Again, computer CNC produced, so it will be exactly the same. The differences will be microscopic between the two handles. Now it all boils down to what you actually prefer, whether you can get these in red, green, blue, traditional black, full matte black, like this kind of finish here. I like the original finish on the Black Hunter, and but I'll be honest, I'm absolutely smitten at the moment with the Delux version. As we come down here and look at our markings on the limbs, I have a £40 limb on this set and a £45 limb set on here. I'll be swapping them over. Like I said, with the shingles on my back, there's no way I'll pull this. I know that I'll be in too much pain. Okay guys, the rain has died down for 10 seconds, so let's have a look here, the comparison of the two risers. As you can see, same radius coming in here. The 3D formation you won't pick up too well on the camera, but your high spots and everything is exactly the same between the two risers. Okay, so as we look at these bows now from the other side, you can see the finish is absolutely superb. You'll be hard found anyway on the internet today to find a better quality finish of razor than what we got here. So for finish, straight away out of the box, I give them a 9 and maybe a 10 out of 10 because they really are a good quality finish. The dyeing through the laminates is very uniform. Nothing missed. Same again on this. The quality of the finish on the laminates is excellent. Virtually blemish free apart from the mark, which I put it myself when I dropped it, but it took out the box. We're going to have a look now, see how she feels in the hand and draws. I don't think I'm going to be able to pull it. I think I need to get me 25-30 pound limbs. For those who've been following the channel, I haven't used a bow for around about 3.5 years since I had the condition on my back. For those who have never experienced shingles, I don't mean to bang on about it, it totally destroys the muscles in your back. So all the muscles you have for pulling have gone. So I'm going to try with the £40 bow first, just to see how she pulls, because I haven't pulled, so I drew a bow in about 3.5 years. So I just get my position. Watch the light, because I don't want to take the light out either. That's not bad. I can't get full draw, I can't lock my back. So I do need to do some work to get my back into condition. Yeah, I seem doing more of the pulling on my arm. So we're going to check it now with the Delux bow. Okay, so as we bring it up, the handle is more sharply defined. It is a much clearer defined. So the handle, let me find my brace height. No, can't pull it. So that's the difference between a 40 and a £45 bow. With my back at the moment, I can't pull it, so I would have to at least put the lower poundage limbs on as I test it. In fact, I ordered me a set of 25 or 30 pound limbs to give a fair test on the performance of the bow. I'm quite disappointed, not in the bow, in myself, and where my muscles have gone from lack of use over the last 3.5 years. Yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed. I really wanted to use this bow. Okay, just gonna give it one more try. I haven't got my gloves on, I should do really, it would help. No, can't do it. I can't get a good lock under my cheek. It's surprising to look at. When you look at the bows, visually there's no difference. So back to the £40 bow. Yeah, I'm having difficulty with this as well. So I'm going to have to really drop my poundage to use the bow, which is quite a shame, but I think what I'll do is I'll go to longbow limbs instead of recurve limbs for practicing with. What's my thoughts? Okay, either of the bows from Top Archery, you can't go wrong with either of them. The quality of that riser is fantastic, as I'm sure you agree. Look at that, she's beautiful. And there's a pro and a con with this as well. Because she's such a lovely riser, I wouldn't want to use this myself for hunting. I would want to use the standard matte finish Black Hunter. But this is half the price from eBay at the moment as opposed to the Black Hunter. Black Hunters are still fetching now for the Mark II version around 120, 130 pounds. Because this is the Mark I razor with the chamfered top limb and the rectangular bottom limb. Just hit the light. It is much cheaper. At the moment there's some fantastic deals out there on the Mark I bow. The only difference being is on the Mark II, the way the limbs are fitted is squared off rather than chamfered, which gives you a much nicer finish, I believe, on the Mark I as opposed to the Mark II. So for my money, to be honest with you, I would go for the Top Archery Deluxe Black Hunter. It comes with more in the kit. I don't think they've been selling as well as they hoped, which is a shame because this is a stunning bow. And I think it's worth every penny. So if you want a bow to start with and you like the Black Hunter, consider the Deluxe. Ironically, is cheaper at the moment than the Mark I or Mark II Black Hunter, and it is the same bow. It just was machined to finish. This is a squared off lip on the bow limb on both sides, so you can use the same bow limb top and bottom, whereas these are handed top to bottom. Okay guys, so what's my thoughts? Okay, the quality is fantastic. The accessory kit you get with it is excellent. If you're coming straight into the sport or restarting the sport and you've given away some of your equipment, it gives you everything you need straight out of the box. 10 out of 10 bonus. What I don't like, some of the stuff is cheaper, poor quality, but at least it gets you shooting. I wouldn't like to see the arrows included. I would have preferred if they made it a smidge cheaper and buy proper feather arrows separate, which is what you need for this bow. Plastic flights off the razor is very bad. It gives you inconsistency. The finish is excellent. I love it. Just take a look at that. You will not find better for the money anywhere else on the old Wonder Web. Kind of the other side. I was a little bit gutted. I marked it, but I dropped it out of the box. But a little bit of oil on there will soak into that and solve that no problem at all. Gives you a dilemma. Do you go for the matte finish Black Hunter or the Deluxe? Myself, I would hate to drag this through foliage. She's a stunning bow. The Black Hunter, however, it doesn't matter because there's no lack of finish to it. You can scratch it, scuff it up, a little drop of oil, and she'll finish back up nice. Okay, so in the next couple of weeks now, I'll be ordering me in a pair of 25 or 30 pound limbs, some feather flight 500 grain arrows, because for that poundage, that's what you need. I don't know what the possibly fiberglass arrows are that come with it, but for testing indoor short range, for a junior shooter, I think they're perfectly adequate. But for semi-season, you want to test long range, you really do need feathered arrows, possibly wood, depending on your style. But certainly at the moment, for under $100, the Black Hunter Deluxe, it is worth every penny. I strongly recommend you go out and buy one. Until then, thanks for watching, stay tuned, and thank you guys for having me get to 1,000 subscribers. Hit the old like button, share, subscribe, and let's hope that this crossbow thing that's gone with the UK government is just a little bit of pie in the sky. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks.